Hi guys, Cliff from Pink Tortoises, and I figured I would just take a break from making cutesy type videos of tortoises, which is very easy to do, and make a video about how I've been raising our juvenile leopard tortoises and sharing their story and mine. So these three little babies here are actually all quote unquote Babcocky, which is a former subspecies that is easier to get in the US. And traditionally, they're a little bit cheaper as well. The one that has more white on its shell is from Texas, a really awesome breeder who I recently became friends with, and we text each other at least once a week and talk about tortoises, which is great. And the other two, I plan on rehoming. They were originally from Craigslist. I saw them and just figured I could help them out a little bit before they make it to their next spot. And this girl here we got from my good friend who's a breeder. One of her parents, I forget which one, is directly from Andy Hedge, so that's pretty cool. This is Kronk, also Babcocky. And Kronk has the best personality. I don't know why he's so shy right now. This is Violet. Got her off of Craigslist. I was talking to this guy for months, since early December 2023, about this leopard tortoise, and I was just always so hesitant because I thought it was like, this leopard tortoise, I don't know if this guy is a scam or not, but it just looks like it's in really bad shape. So we ended up getting her. She's got metabolic bone disease. Her shell is completely soft. She could barely walk when we got her, and she had a respiratory infection. $500 later, she's almost as good as new. Also, too, that's Timothy hay and ground clover that I planted for them to eat. So once it gets a little low, I just throw some more seeds in. This is Batman. He's a Russian. This was Batman's home first. I love this tortoise very much. He's probably my favorite, and just didn't feel like moving him out of this enclosure. Although I think it's a little crowded on this side, so the bigger leopards don't come in. So I usually put this bar down to keep the little baby leopards out and give Batman a space all to himself. So he can get out, but the babies can't get back in. We live in the desert, so I really have to make sure that the water coming out of the hose isn't 150 degrees because it'll burn you and get really hot. And it's about 80 degrees today, which is a cool day for us as we're moving into summer. So I really need to make sure that these guys are not dehydrated. So I like to, and it's a live enclosure, right? So I like to make sure that everything has enough water to get through the peak day at like 1 or 2 o'clock at 114 degrees. I put this greenhouse here to really block the sun. White greenhouses reflect sun a lot better and keep the insides cooler, so it's less about retaining the humidity and more about blocking the sun, because last year I think poor Batman nearly died. It was just brutal. There were days where we definitely had to bring him inside because it was just so hot, and all he did last summer was hide. So I'm hoping that, and I know that's common for them, but I'm hoping that this year it just brings him a little bit more relief. I'm gonna get ready and feed the guys Missouri. They just love it. I forget what the name of it is, but it's like M5 something. And they love it way more than the Missouri LS. I dropped one, and our dog is right here to eat it. I'm super mouse conscious as well, so I like to make sure that like all the food is hidden inside of their house before, at all times. So they don't, like, mice wouldn't really go in there during the day, but it is possible. I also make sure that like food gets put into a bowl or on a slab. I really try hard to not leave it around because I do find mice. That's just me playing with Sahara. Like, we both don't trust each other at all. One thing I need to do is clean out their water dish daily because for some reason it just grows a ton of algae. I don't know, I'm probably doing something wrong. But bird baths make great water dishes because it just helps file their nails down. This is where I'm keeping the little guys, the little leopards, at night. These guys just poop non-stop. I am not even joking. I have containers where I'm just swapping out everything daily, so I can just wash everything at the start of the morning, and then towards the end of the day, I can just swap out with like another container that's already ready for them. So I'll carry them up in this tote, and then they'll be kept in the tote with a loose lid with cypress, mulch, and sphagnum moss, and that'll just keep them humid while they're inside. Then in the morning, I'll just like rinse, pun intended, and repeat. I'll take this guy that I'm recycling and I'll throw a few handfuls of cypress mulch in. The cypress mulch from Walmart is about $4, and so that bag has literally lasted me an entire month, and I have another bag. So I think it's way cheaper than doing paper towels, and I also throw it out every day, so it's constantly changed and fresh. This is our heated house. The heated house, I'm going to do a complete separate video on because it deserves it. But what I do here is I just make sure that the cocoa fiber and repubark in the heated house is just slightly moist. And I'll double check that again before the tortoises all get locked up. So that is pretty much it. I tried to squeeze a lot into one video. I think next time I am going to break it up into two. I just wanted to shoot something out, stream of consciousness for you guys to just see how other people are keeping leopard tortoises. I'm also going to leave a few links in the description below to my favorite YouTubers. This isn't really meant to be an educational video. It's more of like, hey, this is what I'm doing. So if you like it, that's really cool. Leave a like, leave a comment. Definitely curious to hear and see what you guys are doing as well. Thanks for watching. Peace out.